why do American businesses lose $41.6 billion a year? Hi, I'm Gary Frito. I'm a 22-year veteran of law enforcement here in Southern California. Last year, American retail lost $41.6 billion in sales. How did they lose that money? 46.8% of that was from employee theft. 36.1% was from shoplifting. And the remainder was from vendor theft and error.
Employee theft is a part of the huge losses sustained by retail companies on a yearly basis. As a matter of fact, 46.8% of those losses are caused by employees. Our loss prevention agents are equipped to target these losses all the way from the cashier at the point of sale up to the corporate management staff for embezzlement.
Who's stopping these losses? The loss and prevention officers are on the front lines. This is loss and prevention.
This is how we're losing $41.6 billion, and this is how we're taking them down.
Hi, this is Sergio Ahmad. He's a loss prevention investigator with a retail firm here in Southern California. He's the officer that investigates and initiates the loss prevention investigation prior to law enforcement getting involved.
We have several investigations that we do. Part of this investigations are organized retail crime, which we use assistance from the detectives with the local law enforcement to apprehend individuals. Organized retail crime consists of a large group of individuals who target specific stores for a specific item to go ahead and resell it or use it for other purposes. So in a few seconds here, you're going to see the agent step up, and we're going to go ahead and recover the merchandise and ask the individuals to leave. Here's the agent stepping up to these individuals, advising them of his observations. He's recovered the merchandise from one individual, and now he's recovering the merchandise off the second individual. And there comes the merchandise onto the floor. And the gentleman's going to be asked to leave before we contact the police and advise them of what they're doing here.
After loss prevention agents have identified individuals that are involved in organized crime theft rings here in Southern California, law enforcement will get involved with greater resources to assist these agents in going into swap meets, into personal residence, serving search warrants to identify these items that have been stolen and to recover thousands and thousands of dollars from these organized rings.
We had a recent case in Duarte, California, where a female had a ring operation going on with refund fraud. Basically, she was coming in, taking the merchandise, popping off the sensors with wire cutters, which is burglary, taking the merchandise from the store, coming back the next day to refund the merchandise for gift cards. She would then in return take these gift cards and go to the swap meets and sell them for cash. We were able to serve a search warrant on her house, and we found merchandise from several retailers in the area. Total case value came out to $1.5 million, and we were successfully able to prosecute that case, thanks to law enforcement. As you can see, we have two individuals here concealing merchandise on their person. They're concealing it inside their shirt, and they have a jacket over so you cannot see the bulges in their shirt. When we have individuals like this, it's organized retail crime. They're taking a bunch of pain relief medicine, and they are working in a group.
Who is stealing this money? How do they do it?
For example, right now we have a large ring of organized crime that's dealing with baby formula. There's a large amount of individuals stealing baby formula for the purposes of reselling it on the street, or as well as cutting it for cocaine to use for selling drugs.
Hi, I'm Baron Strickland, a loss prevention manager for a major retail drug chain in the Southern California area. And what I have here for you today are actually some of the tools that organized retail theft thieves use in order to do their job. And what we have here is what we call professional boosting bags. They take the bags, the ordinary gift bag, and interline it with aluminum foil, also dynamat that's used for soundproofing of cars and vehicles, duct tape it inside. This just prevents the security devices from activating the security device system at the door, which is called an EAS system, electronic alarm system, that detects anyone going out with any article that it may have a sensor or some type of security device on it.
Especially if they're hitting different multiple locations. Law enforcement and detectives will follow up with the loss prevention investigators, assist with warrants and identifying the perpetrators, and also investigating and bringing all charges to the district attorney's office. With these staggering losses, loss prevention investigators as well as law enforcement are working as teams to target these thieves and to prevent these losses for the retail stores. And that helps me and you when we're shopping. How and why do American businesses lose $41.6 billion?
This was actually a case out of Glendale, California. We had a mother and daughter. The mother was in her late 60s, the daughter was in her early 40s. Basically, they entered the store, went into the back area by the ink cartridges. They went ahead and started placing the ink cartridges inside the bag. The older mother, who was about 60 years old, had a dress on, and she had a upside-down coat hanger sewn into her dress. This is the extent people go to get this merchandise out of our stores. She went ahead and hooked this onto the hanger underneath her dress and waddled out of the store without paying for any of the merchandise in here.
Who's going to prevent these huge losses? That's our loss and prevention officers on the front line. This is loss and prevention.
This is how we're losing $41.6 billion, and this is how we're taking them down.